nice. It just does take up more time. So I guess like one of the things I'm trying to work on this year is just trying to be more balanced and focused. Because I find that I can't get things done. It's just stop getting so distracted by videos or choosing what podcast to listen to. So I'm trying to learn to be more efficient with balancing different projects and just making sure I make the most of every minute. Hello Bishes, I am indeed kneeling on the floor. I just wanted to first share that I finally had a very big meeting about my graphic novel. It's been a while since I've really had any meetings discussing the whole big story, and I actually like printed out all the notes on this little piece of paper that I ultimately formed into like a little booklet, just because I feel like whenever you do things like this, it feels more legit. So I just had a meeting about fixing some big story points with my story, like every other story has. And I just was thinking about how it's so weird when people say your characters' names or the names of the world and take it so seriously. I feel like I'm just so used to keeping these things to myself. So whenever I hear editors, agents, or your peers say your character and the world's names, it just makes it feel so much more real and nice that someone else takes your imagination as seriously as you do. So for those of you wondering, I'm kind of like in the awkward tween phase of my book where I have finished art, but I'm also in the midst of revising. So you'll see some very like sketchy blue marks, which is kind of where I'm revising stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at right now with the graphic novel. But I honestly feel like this is one of my favorite parts of the creative process, is when you can actually see parts that are more tangible to what it might actually look like when it's done, but you're also working on all the possibilities of how you can make this better. Because I feel like sometimes when you're just working in these sketch phases, you kind of really don't know what the end looks like for your book. But when you're in this middle area where you do have finished work, but also the rough sketches, you're in that phase where you just know like, hey, things are actually gonna look pretty good at the end, but I can also do these things to make it look that much better or feel that much better in terms of the story. Anyway, today's actually Friday and I really want to feel good about today, so I'm going to change out of my pajamas and actually wear clothes that make me feel fantastic, and I'm going to do a little meditation afterwards because that's how I stay sane.
Use brute force. They're strong. Too strong. And they might be a part of the big three. What big three?
Our judgments of, and stories, anxiety, and stress skew what's actually going on out of proportion.
So I am so sorry for whatever you just witnessed, because that was probably the most chaotic meditation session I've ever had, and it wasn't even intentional. I normally like these good full meditations, but then today the one I chose just had a lot of ads in it, and I know that y'all need to make your money, but also like, why would you place it in the middle unless if you were really testing my ability to revert back to just focusing on my breath? And also in the middle of it, there was just this beetle-ish fly that was just on me, and I was just like, that has never happened before. But I'm glad that we caught today's meditation on camera, because that was definitely the first worst one I've had in these past 3 months so far. Okay, so I just posted a new comic on Instagram called Not Over Him, which is about how I am the type of person to overly obsess about the people that my friends or close friends date, and after things don't work out, I'm the one who kind of is always like, oh, remember that guy? I can't believe he did that to you. I decided to encapsulate that part of my personality into a comic because, I don't know, it's funny to me, so. So this is probably a little bit of a sneak peek of what it's gonna be like when I have an actual child.
Stop eating my pen.
But yeah, so I'm in the middle of coloring a comic now that I honestly did not plan to make, because earlier this week I learned that my uncle passed away from COVID, and it was kind of shocking because I feel like this whole quarantine so far, my family and close group of friends, we've kind of just made it without, I personally didn't even know anyone in my family or circle or group of friends that even got COVID, or even a friend of a friend. So from going to zero to all of a sudden someone in my family actually just passed away suddenly was pretty shocking to me, and it took me a while to really accept it. And yeah, so I don't know, just doing a comic about just a happy memory is what makes me feel better. I also ended up finishing watching The Midnight Gospel like earlier this week, and when I got to the ending, it was actually the same day that I learned about what happened, and I ended up crying like a... Anyway, so it's kind of crazy to think how it's already been a year since the whole lockdown happened, literally 1 year ago. On this day, March 12th, exactly, I remembered we were at work, and this is when I was still at Netflix, and at first everyone was just surveying us and just asking like, so in the situation that we are going to work home, like what equipment do you need? What tech do you need in order to function from home if we have to work from home? So I just told them everything. I was like, I might need Storyboard Pro, I might need my Cintiq, etc. So they took note of it, and then literally like at lunchtime of the same day, we had a little bit of a gathering, and it was just my team, and they said, hey guys, we're just gonna make the decision within our team only to just send everyone home. Like, we're not gonna force you guys to stay at work. Like, it's just better for all of our families. And I'm so grateful to have had worked on a very family-centered show. So we all eventually just evacuated that same day that we were thinking we were going to evacuate, but we ended up just deciding let's just do it right now. So my friend and I ended up evacuating, and he was super nice enough to like go shopping with me and like go grocery shopping with me. So we went to Target and did our evacuation shopping, and I bought frozen foods. I remember just taking back food from work because they always had free lunch and snacks, and we didn't want that to go to waste. And it was just raining that day too. It was raining and pouring, just like it is right now. It just hailed the other day in Los Angeles. So it feels like it's weird that it's been 1 year, and ever since then we were just working from home. And then afterwards Netflix made it official that, hey, we're just gonna work from home from now on. And we all thought that we would eventually come back, but we never did. And here I am still working from home, and it's kind of been weird. I think I've kind of accepted it, but I don't know how I'm gonna feel now when we go back to work in person, because I feel like I've gotten uncomfortably comfortable with this position. So yeah, just going through all of COVID and not having it affect really my family directly yet, to then all of a sudden when it seems to have all start to come to an end since vaccinations are coming out right now, like I just really didn't expect it to impact anyone in my family, yet it did. But yeah, I don't know what else to say other than I'm really going to miss my uncle, because he really supported me in my art goals, and it's always absurd to know when you live far away from your family that there's just one less person that you're going to see when you go back. Anyway, I have a meeting to go to now. So this is just honestly what my little workspace looks like in the moment, but it's all gonna change again later, so don't get too attached to this. The most recent addition to my little workstation is a freaking ergonomical chair, which has been a total upgrade from this little IKEA chair. No hate on this chair though, it has been there for me the past 2 years and I actually still think it is so cute. But I'm really glad to have finally gotten an upgrade. So in case if you all are wondering, I got this from FlexiSpot. FlexiSpot sent this to me and they were so kind enough to just let me have this chair as long as I did a review on it. So I already just feel so much more comfortable sitting on it. They have this for lumbar support and you can pull it up and pull it down in accordance to wherever your lower back is. This you can also adjust to, and you can also adjust the height and everything, and this literally took me less than 1 hour to set up. And yeah, it's really fun to just be able to lean on this. This one is just under 300 and like honestly I really like this additional lumbar support thing, which the other chair I had did not have. So yeah, highly recommend this for anyone who's looking for a reasonably priced ergonomical chair. But yes, time to get back to work now. My meeting is over and look at my cute freaking dinner. Like, I did not know that this was gonna come so cute, but it was a nice little surprise to the end of a long week. Even Moon Pie is so excited to be here. Freaking pink ribbon, and they really just didn't need to do that. But thank you, it was very cute, and I'm gonna probably use this for something else in the future. Also, this place is called SMT LA. If any of you live in the area and would like to get this yourself. Look at how cute it is. Oh my gosh, I really appreciate well-designed food, especially during these times. But yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it gave you all a bit of some insight of what a day in my life is kind of like. Stay safe, keep washing your hands, and keep wearing your masks, and I'll see you all in the next one.